Assalamu alaikum. Myself Asmin Iqbal. Today our project is multi-mode object tracking algorithm and analysis. My group mate is Muhammad Osama Shahid and Asad Imran. In this project, we have implemented different algorithms which can switch on the basis of different conditions like illumination, scaling, etc. Now I will discuss object detection and object tracking. Object detection is a technique in OpenCV in which we can detect object in a video or image. It consists of two parts: classification and localization. In classification, we can identify the class of the object, and in localization, we can predict the coordinate of the bounding box around the object and when object present in an image. In object tracking, we can track object over a sequence of image. Every object tracking technique needs object detection. There are different tracking techniques we can discuss. Those are point tracking, kernel tracking, and silhouette tracking. In point tracking, we can represent the object. There are different tracking techniques which can handle single object tracking and multiple object tracking. And those tracking techniques are point tracking, kernel tracking, and silhouette tracking. In point tracking is used when the objects are represented as points. And point tracking is suitable when the object is too small and it is able to represent as a point. Its advantage is that it is not sensitive for illumination changes. Kernel tracking. In kernel tracking is used when the primitive shapes like rectangle and ellipse template are used to represent the object. It is suitable for simple non-rigid. Suitable for simple non-rigid object. And its disadvantage is that it cannot handle the occlusion. Silhouette tracking. Silhouette tracking is used when the silhouette object is used for object representation. It is suitable for complex and non-rigid body.
Assalamu alaikum. I will continue from where my group member Hassan Iqbal has left, as he has explained you object tracking, object detection, and difference between them. After that, he has explained you different techniques of object tracking. Now, basically, I will explain you how our algorithm will be multiple. First of all, I will explain you illumination. We are using illumination in our main code. Now, I will tell you what is illumination. For example, if we take a picture in dark place or a place where there is no light, or in a place where there is too much light, so different issues arise. The first issue is that visibility issue. The second is lackness of color and distinct edges. So these errors called issues in processing image processing. These make image processing inappropriate. So now the next thing is scale invariant. Now I will explain you how we make our algorithm scale invariant. For this we are using OpenCV library of Python. There is a function in OpenCV called release size, through which we can zoom or shrink any object. For example, we are running a video and we made a box around an object, and the object moves far away, so its height decreases. So we want to zoom it, so we can use this. After that, there are different trackers we are using for our algorithm. The first tracker that we are using is boosting tracker. So what is boosting tracker? Boosting tracker, so basically we can train boosting tracker on the basis of on runtime, on the basis of positive and negative examples. We made a bounding box around the object we want to track. So the box is considered as positive example. So it can basically consider a positive example, and all the image patches that are behind it is considered as background. So basically this algorithm is decade old. So we can say that this is not as effective as the new trackers are. So the other issue, limitations or drawbacks of this algorithm is this algorithm tracking ability is medicode. Or at the same time, if tracking failure occurs, it cannot inform us accurately. So the next tracker which I am going to explain is mill tracker. So basically mill tracker does not use positive or negative examples. Basically it uses positive and negative bags. In positive bags, there is only one accurate image, while all the other images are wrong. So through which mill tracker is basically accurate as compared to boosting tracker. Now I will explain you mill tracker. Basically mill tracker does not use positive or negative images. It uses examples. It uses positive and negative bags. In positive bag there is only one positive image. while other is not positive. Basically, it do pretty good job. It do reasonable good job in partial occlusion, while there are some drawbacks of this as well. It does not inform accurately while tracking failure during trackle failure.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to explain our FYP trackers, and I will continue from where Osama Shahid has left. And in the tracking, we have KCF tracker, which is a little bit outdated, but it has its own benefits, like it is fast and has a large overlapping area, as well as its report tracking failure in a better way from other trackers. And but there is a drawback of KCF2. The drawback is that it does not recover after full occlusion. Now I will proceed to the next tracker, and our next tracker is TLD. TLD is actually tracking, learning, and detection. This tracker works best over a large scale, similar to the previous tracker, but track objects over large scale motion and occlusion. It is a little bit better than KCF because it also tracks on occlusion too. And now I will proceed to the next tracker. Our next tracker is median flow tracker. It fails under large motion, like if the object is a little bit faster, then this would fail in detecting that object, and it fails to track when the object change appearance quickly. This tracker is best for small and predictable motion. For example, if the object is little bit slow, then this tracker would provide us best results. Now I will proceed. The next tracker is Mose tracker. Mose tracker is actually best tracker among all the trackers we have so far. It provides 450 FPS. Like in the 450 FPS, it provides awesome results. It is easy to implement, fast and accurate. It also detects the object during occlusion and work best in lightning, large scale and non-rigid performation. And it is very fast and accurate. This is best algorithm in our tracking algorithm in our project. And now I will proceed to the next, the last one, CSRT. CSRT is very accurate in low speed, in smaller speed like 25 FPS, but if the speed is gone a little bit higher, it would not be reliable, and it gives very low results, very low results in its for our object. And these are all trackers we have so far. Thank you so much.
Now I will show the code and output of the tracking algorithm which are implemented in the Python, and I will show the output of this tracking algorithm one by one. And I will create the bounding box around the object, and it will show the output of the posting tracker. On the left hand side, it will show the frame per second, and on the right hand side, it will show the tracking path of this object. And now I will show the output of the mill tracker. These properties of this tracker are before discussed by Asad Imran, and now I only show the output of this tracker. And these are the mill tracker. And now I will show the output of the KCF tracker. And this tracker is much better than posting and mill tracker because it will also detect tracking failure when the object is not present in bounding box. And now I will show the output of the TLD tracker, and I will create the bounding box, and it will show the output of the TLD tracker. And now I will show the output of the median flow tracker, and this tracker is much faster than other tracker we have discussed before. And now I will show the output of the CSRT tracker. We'll create the bounding box around the object, and this tracker is much better than other tracker like boosting, mill, KCF. And now I will show the output of the Mose tracker. And these are the output of it is much faster, and it has good frame FPS, and these tracker are switch on the basis of different condition in real-time object tracking. Now I will show the code and output of the different condition in real-time object tracking, and these conditions are illumination changes and scaling. In illumination, we have two different conditions when the object are placed in overexposed light and when the object are placed in underexposed light. When the object are placed in underexposed light, we will apply different filter to enhance the quality of the image. Now I will show the output, and these are the original image, and sorry, and now I will apply filter one filter, and when we apply second filter it will improve the quality of the image. And now when the object are placed in overexposed light, we will apply different condition, and first of all we will remove shadow of the object, and then we will remove the haze of the image, and then at the end we will enhance the image. And scaling is used when the object is too far and it is unable to detect by algorithm. Then we will increase the size of the object. I will show the output on the left hand side. We have original image, and when the object is too small and unable to detect, then we have increased the size of the image by upscale. And when the object is too near and it is unable to detect, then we will scale down the image. I will show the output on the right hand side. We have original image and it is unable to detect. On the left hand side, we will decrease the size of the image by scale downing. And the different algorithm we have implemented, which are switch on the basis of these different condition, when the scaling down condition and illumination changes condition.